Welcome to Invest Today, and we got another great video. We're going to talk about Bitcoin, and we're going to jump into the charts and see where the price is heading. But first, please do subscribe to the video. Make sure to hit that like button and bell notification so you don't miss any more videos. Let's jump right into it. Fear and Greed Index, 49. So the market's just stewing. It's just sitting sideways, and it's waiting to see what Bitcoin is doing. That's pretty much what's happening. And as a result, currently losing everyone's patience, and probably people are getting tired and selling, and that's exactly what the market wants. Let's get right into the charts. Okay, so we are currently in the one-day chart here for Bitcoin and currently sitting at $62,229. with a loss of $1,000, 1.5% today. And that's simply because it couldn't break the 21 moving average and it got rejected off the 200 moving average. You can see that. But is it down lots? No, it's not. It is not down lots, and it hasn't really broken lower, and it hasn't broken below this kind of major support here at between 63,000 and 59,000. I know the price is currently sitting on the 30 moving average, kind of broke from there. And it's above 61,000. So that is above a support level right there. 60,000 is a support. And we can even now call it one major support if it stays and it holds. So currently above the 50 moving average, that's bullish. The 21 moving average looks like it wants to cross the 200 moving average, so that's extremely bullish. And if you've been watching my videos, you would know that if price is above that 21 moving average, it will continue to move higher. But if it's below the 21 moving average, it kind of stays stagnant and moves sideways or downwards. Currently, right now, we can see Bitcoin just moving sideways, okay? It got rejected right there at the 200 moving average at 63,356 and sitting now at 61,845 as a hold right there. My price target is $89,000, so probably see 90,000, okay? That's my price target, and we'll tell you how it gets there. You can see we are right now on the one-day chart. So if you go back to the last bull run, back there it bounced off the 365 moving average on the one-day chart, and that was a bottom for Bitcoin after it consolidated and moving off of its all-time high originally back in 2021. So it consolidated right down there to levels of 29,000 as a bottom, and kind of looking like it was trending downwards. And that's kind of what's happening now. You can see it's kind of trending downwards off the supports. And you can see, we'll get into these purple trend lines in a bit, but you can see that it has bounced now off the 365 moving average, just like in the last bull run. Okay, just like here. Now we'll move to the 1 week chart, and I want to show you the exact same thing, but now it's a 50 moving average. Okay, so you can see there it's bounced off its 50 moving average as a low, and here, when it consolidated after its all-time high, has moved down to its 50 moving average and now bouncing off the 50 moving average, staying above the 100 and the 200 moving average on the week. So that's bullish. And what else do we see here? We see the 100 crossing above the 200 moving average on the week. So that's another bullish signal that Bitcoin hasn't done for a while. It's been sitting on the 100 has been sitting underneath the 200 moving average as it went to its new all-time high. So now we see that crossing. So we can see some sort of setup beginning. And I do see the setup beginning because I do see a new bottom here of $49,298. And I see that as a bottom because that's where the price surged to and then came back down to 41,000 and then broke above 49,000. That was its resistance. So now that it's broken above that, it's held support above that and continuing to chop sideways. So we'll go to the 1 hour chart here and see what we can see on the setup as it's consolidating sideways and sort of moving downwards and getting rejected. But it is moving sideways. So you can see that there's a nice bounce right there off 59,000, and then that's kind of where it took off. And on the 1 hour chart above the 200 moving average. So now you can see it moving below the 200 moving average. So it's sitting sideways on the 1 hour above the 200 moving average now. So that's what it looks like it wants to break. Once it breaks that, it'll come above this 365 moving average, and it might chop sideways there, or it might chop sideways on that 50 moving average. So 62,000 and 63,000 begins to be resistance. So you can see there, 63,000 was resistance right here. So it got rejected right there on the 4 hour off the 100 moving average. And now it's sitting on its 50 moving average on the 4 hour. So just little things to pay attention to right there. But you can see that the 4 hour is still quite bullish because it has bounced off the 365 and it's continuing to, hold support there and then hopefully break through this resistance right here of 63,000 and head to 65,000. Now 65,000 would be much more resistance, okay? It would be much more resistance because there is a gap up there. And there's a gap pretty much all the way to 69,000 with just little resistance, okay? And the next support level is about 69,000. So it would chop sideways on 69,000, I would imagine, and in order to get to that 72,000 and of course break $73,739, its all-time high. Okay, so price targets there. 63,000, 65,000, 69,000, 72, and 73,000 before breaking its all-time high and then seeing a surge. I'm basically sure it would be a leg up to 89,000, 90,000. If it keeps getting rejected off this 200 moving average and falls below 50 moving average on the 1 day, prices look like 59,000, 60,000, which would be that psychological number. So 60,000, and then falling below that would be 58, 56,000, and 54,500, and then 51,000, which would be a major support. Breaking below that would be a lower low, okay, and then 49,000 to 300 would be a lower low, and then it would be breaking through that squeeze. So it's unlikely to happen short term, but it could happen because there's another support there at 41,813. And then I have this all the way down here at $24,000 as a threshold support. Okay, so that means price has not gone in this trend below the green line, which is threshold. And if the price were to break major support here, this dark blue line, that's major support of 30,000, then the price would see 28,000 or even lower currently. But that would be total black swan event and total chaos if that happened. Right now, we see good things happening with Bitcoin. We see a lot of news going on and a lot of big buyers like BlackRock, Fidelity, all these big, huge investment companies, big banks buying Bitcoin. And it looks like it's just begun. Looks like it's just started. Are we going to see Bitcoin move on Trump election if he wins? Probably more so. Is the market waiting for that? It could be. Do I see a leg up short term and before the elections? Yes, I do. I do see a leg up because it looks like the market now just wants to cook upwards, break above that 200 moving average, and then find a new support at the top. And then my best bet, and of course not financial advice, it sits higher than it would sit lower because it's Bitcoin. And my best bet is that they want this thing to sit as high as they can so that they can sell as high as they can ultimately. All right, well, that's Bitcoin today, and thank you very much for watching. See you on the next video.